Come on in, guys. I got a little bit of a late start. I'm going to have a couple of bites of my dinner. Been busy all day on the homestead. Getting prepared for round 2. Let me show you my dinner. Ooh, yum. This was done in one dish. This is okra, shrimp, peppers, onions, and all that wonderful stuff, and a little bit of jasmine rice with some turmeric. Yum. Dinner. What are you guys having for dinner tonight? Hopefully it's something healthy. Good for you. So come on in, guys. Pull up a chair. Get you something warm to drink. We're going to talk about some things tonight. Listen to a little bit of affirmations from our beautiful Big Mama Energy. See love. Talk a little bit about the Ascension. What is it? Is there levels to this? Again, some ideas of what we can do to help ourselves through this process, through this change. Because something is definitely going on with our solar system. Sunspots, that solar radiation headed directly to us, and the Schumann resonance of the energies coming from inner Earth. Those energies definitely have an effect on us physically. It's not all in your head. So join us in a bit, and we're going to discuss some of these things. We're open to ideas, things that's helped you. At some point, we're going to open the mic up, open the panel up, let's put it that way. And anyone that wants to share something, ideas, questions, feel free to pop in. Okay, one more bite, and I'm almost there. Welcome, guys. Give me a second to set this up. I'm busy talking, and I didn't get my my co-host on. Try again, C Love. Come back on. Link. Hit the link again, C Love, so I can bring you on, darling. Sacagawea, hi, darling. Welcome, welcome. And I'm so glad to see you too, Sacagawea. You're always here, darling. Let's see. Abia, hi, darling. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to wait for Miss C Love, and then we're going to get started as soon as I get her pulled in. So give me a second, guys. I've just been busy on the homestead here after our first big Arctic wave, came through. I was able to go and collect more firewood again, replenish what I have in the house, and get the porch filled up and the wheelbarrow filled up, ready to go, covered with a tarp. Check the animals, make sure they have water that they can drink and not have to lick the ice. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Miss C Love. She came on just a second ago, and somehow I booted her off. So she should be here in just a second. Let me go back in. Let's see. Add to stream. There she is. I think I got her this time. Yes, I got her. Miss C Love, can you hear me, darling?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, awesome, awesome. Sacagawea and Abia, could you give me a mic check real quick and make sure that you guys can hear us okay? Just give me a number 1. How are you today, Miss C Love?
I'm doing wonderful. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I see you just fine, and I hear you just fine. There's no delay.
Okay,
How about me?
I need to figure out how to see you. Let me
You don't
see
see
here.
me?
No.
Let me double check. My mic is on, my cam is on, it's there.
Okay.
Thank you, ladies. Here. They gave us each Sacagawea and Abia gave us each one, so they can hear us just fine.
Okay. And you can see me just fine as well?
I see you just fine, and I can hear you just fine. No delay. Awesome. It's amazing.
I can't even right now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. And I need to get a drink of water, a little sip of water real quick. Hold on.
Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. I came ready with mine. Actually, more stuff that I did today. I was I showed you guys though all the apples that I was able to process. Well, today I processed the grapes, about 15 pounds of grapes, and I was able to come up with probably about a full gallon of Concord grape juice. And I saved the pulp, so I'm going to be making some grape jam with that. And again, from my $19 haul, and from that $19 I'll be able to make just with the grape jelly probably about 24 half pints of jelly or jam, all for the same price, and I still have lots more stuff to process from that $19. So anybody that's interested in food preservation and making ends meet and putting some things away, hit your local grocery stores and farmers markets. And a lot of times they'll give you a huge deal on, not so perfect fruits and vegetables that you can take straight home and can. Anyway, saves lots of money, guys, and it's a quick way to increase your stockpile. Yeah, and it looks like I lost Miss C Love again. Let's see who we got in here. Oh, Ahura X. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you were able to join us. Well, I guess we're having a little bit of some technical difficulties here. As soon as we get Miss C Love back in, we're going to start. Today, we're kind of wanted to discuss ascension. And number one, what does that mean? What does the ascension mean? A lot of people says, what are people talking about ascension symptoms? What are these ascension symptoms? A lot of people are reporting, ringing, in their ears and muscle cramps. There's Miss C Love back again. Let's try and get her back on. Yeah, and if there's anyone, and it fell off again. C Love, let me try it again. Okay. Add to stream. Okay, and I think I got it again.
I think I'm here.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I was just kind of sharing with the group that kind of what we were going to talk about a little bit today about ascension. A lot of people talk about ascension symptoms. What does that mean?
Yeah.
From where we are, and again, we're all at different parts of our journey, so we're learning as we go. But Miss C Love has did a little bit of research today regarding ascension, and she's going to share a few things with us, what she kind of researched today. So if you guys also hear things that strike a chord with you in what she's going to share with us, pop it in the chat if you have questions about it, or if you found something that has helped you, with dealing with some of these symptoms. Pop it in the chat because we'd love to hear from you. Love to hear from you.
Yes. Thank you everyone for showing up on this beautiful Christmas Eve evening, right? Um,
Yes.
you could. It's to me. It's a. I do it. I do it to support the kids, but it's not something that I necessarily celebrate or have to celebrate. But if you do you? That's your business. Anyway, hey Abia, I'm so glad to see you here. Yay! So anyway, so I am going to talk a little bit or share a little bit about all these aches and pains that I've been having, and of course, Crystalline Goddess, she's been having the same symptoms. And wondering, have any of you been having any aches and pains or any kind of, just pains or ringing in the ears? I know I get that a lot. Has anyone out there been having any issues with this, ascension symptoms yet?
Yeah. Um, I certainly have for sure.
Yeah.
When you're speaking, see, love it has like a little crackling at the back of your voice. Yeah,
Okay. That's the same issue we
is
have been having.
distracting
I
for
try.
you.
Yeah, let me take I'm going to get out of here because this seems to give us issues when I use StreamYard. So I'm going to go in through YouTube. Let me come back in. Hold on.
Okay, all right, yeah, because it's making crackling noises, and I want you guys, to really be able to hear um, what she's saying. Um, but if you guys have had any of those symptoms, because I've been checking, with other folks in this genre of what we're researching and whatever, and a lot of people are experiencing like ringing, in their ears, and muscle cramps, muscle spasms, headache when you normally don't get headaches. And I for one, I don't normally get headaches, but I would say in the last 3 weeks, I've had a mild headache almost every day. Um, Something is definitely happening in our solar system. I don't know if you guys watch. I think it's called. I forget the name of the actual software program that watches the sun, but it shows these massive coronal holes on the surface of the sun, and it's turning Earth facing now. And as large as these coronal holes are, it's quite likely that we're going to get some fallout from it. It's highly unlikely that we won't be affected by what's coming toward us. Again, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's just this energy, this intense energy that's coming. Some people say, here she's back again. Let me try and let her in again. And it popped her off again. I don't know why it's doing that. But the minute I try and go and let her in, it just immediately drops off. Try again, see, love, because it's not working. Try again. I forgot my thought for a second there. I forgot my thought. We were talking about the sun, that not the sun rays, but the gamma rays that are coming from these coronal holes on the sun. It actually affects us physically. Let's try it again. Okay, add to stream. Okay, she should be on now. And it shows that she's there, and it kicked her off again. Okay, universe, ether, what's going on tonight? It's just not letting her stay on. Yeah. Hi, Spirit Journey. Thank you for joining us, darling. Well, pooh, this is not good. Okay, she should come back on in just a second. I apologize, guys. I'm wondering if it has something to do with the maybe it's the solar it's the solar wave. See, she's back again. Let's try this again. Yeah, we may need to look at something different other than StreamYard. Might need to look at Zoom or another program. Let's see. Now, I think she should be on now. Yeah, it's acting really, really slow tonight. I have to be very careful with it. Okay, Miss C Love, are you back on now, darling? I see you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear the crackle.
All right, let me see.
I hear the crackle. Can you guys hear the crackle that I'm talking about when she speaks? It has like a staticky sound. If it's not so bad, if she can't correct that, if it's not so bad and you guys can tolerate it, then I'll just ask her to just continue to go on, and hopefully you guys can make out what she's saying. Yes. Let's see. Ahura says, I've seen on other news networks where animals have been walking in circles everywhere. Yeah, I've seen that too. What could be causing them to do that? it makes sense to me that it has something to do with the magnetic field. You know, like the birds and lots of animals, they use something, the magnetic field, to help them navigate where they need to go. And if this energy is coming, the Schumann resonance has been off the chain, and we're getting all these rays that's coming directly from above. The energy is, something is happening, and the animals are telling us too something is happening. And again, thank you for bringing that up, Ahura X, that if it's affecting the animals, causing them to do weird stuff like walk around in circles, um, it's most possible, it's probably having an effect on us as well. Okay, let's try and get her in again. And it kicked her off again. I don't know what's happening, Sea Love, but every time you come on, as soon as I touch the button to add you, it just drops the call. So I'm not sure what is going on with that. Well, that's frustrating. Hi, Cynthia. Good to see you, darling. Welcome. Um, she says, I was thinking is something magnetic. Some people think it's CERN. Yeah, it could. Well, maybe it's a combination of both, because something is definitely happening on the surface of the sun. Let me try her again. More. Let's see. Okay. So it's not working. She's not able to get back on. To get back on. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. She did all this research today to share with us. Okay. Well, pooh. Okay, well, let's get back to the about the magnetic field. Something is definitely happening with that. It's causing a physical effect on the planet. And I was thinking just even about this past growing season. The season, the plants were just off. It was like the plants were confused because it got hot really early. Then there was like a lot of rain for a few days, and then the temperature dropped like almost to almost freezing. So a lot of the plants that had sent the message, it's time to sprout and put your flowers out, the peach blossoms were out, and then the frost came and killed it all. It was just an odd year. And then it was so unbelievably hot many of the days over the summer. The plants uh, did not do well at all. The harvest was really poor this last season, and it was definitely attributed to the weather. The weather was very odd this last year. Yeah. Now, if anyone in the chat would like to try and pop in and share what you know about Ascension, any symptoms that you're having, perhaps things that you've done to help minimize some of those symptoms, feel free to pop those in as well. Yeah. Let's see. They have been talking about the pole shifts, yeah, for a few years. Yes. And from the research that I've done so far, it's not so much an actual flipping of the planet, from one axis to the other, but it's an actual magnetic shift. It's a magnetic shift that's going to cause a lot of weather disruptions. I understand it's going to be raining a lot in places that it normally doesn't rain. Places that they normally don't get snow will get snow. Places that they normally get snow, they'll probably have a heat wave to where things may turn into desert conditions. Not sure, but there's going to be some uncertainty that's going to come with this magnetic shift. And again, that's another confirmation. that this is a magnetic shift and not an actual pole shift, because it's affecting us physically and it's also affecting the animals physically as well. So that even adds more um, validity to a magnetic shift. Yeah, yeah. So some of the things that you know, like I've shared some of the symptoms that I have, um, and what has helped me a lot is diet, for one. Trying to incorporate as much fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, raw preferably, and juiced raw into your diet, or minimally processed. You want to get it as natural as possible, and stay hydrated. Now, so there's some people saying that you need to drink a lot of water, stay hydrated, and then others say not to drink water, focus on drinking fruit juices, because you get more of what our bodies need as far as being children of the sun. Our diets, we eat differently. I've been listening to so many different channels regarding genetics and our DNA, or this junk DNA, and how it correlates with what's happening with the magnetic field. These energies are coming down. And what I'm hearing is these light codes are coming down from the sun, and it's activating that junk DNA. So a lot of us during this time will start getting what we call downloads, or information that'll just kind of pop into your head. You don't know where it came from or where the thought came from, but you may find yourself all of a sudden interested in, or having a lot of knowledge about something that you have no clue about. And you're asking yourself, oh, where did that come from? Most likely you have these codes, light codes that are coming in from the sun, has probably activated something in your DNA. And what I'm learning from others who are further along on this spiritual journey is that we all have gifts. Every single one of us have our own unique gifts, something that we are just uniquely good at. And a lot of these abilities are going to come online. And don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. And that's one good part about us being sort of here for each other. um, as these things occur, we can kind of bounce things off of each other, and perhaps not to think we're so crazy after all. If more than me is experiencing something, we can share stories in between us. um, so as don't be surprised about anything that's going to start occurring. We're entering the age of Aquarius, the age of a revealing, the unveiling. Everything done in the dark is coming to light. Um, and in the scriptures, the Bible, I kind of call it the playbook. Now I think that there is a lot of gems and diamonds in the Bible. There's truth in the Bible, but it's also speckled and sprinkled with a whole bunch of fluff and other stuff to punk us into a different direction. That's a whole nother topic there. But this is a time for us to really go within, because everything that we need, guys, is within us. Everything that we need, all the answers that we seek is within us. And this extra stuff that's coming from the sun, these light codes, I welcome them, because I forget some things that I want to remember. Um, and again, this is a time. It's a very intense time, but this is not the time for us to be in any type of fear, because this system is set up to keep us in fear, to keep us anxious, to keep us down and in that lower vibration. We can't allow that. We have to remember. And again, this is I'm sharing this because this is what really helps me when I feel down, or I'm having the extra muscle pains and the my head hurts, and I'm like, I remind myself again of who I am and what I am. I'm a sovereign, free spirit being. I already have eternal life. That is the good news that Yeshua, that anointed one, wanted to share with us. We already got this. So whatever lesson we're here to learn, or task, or whatever, I still don't fully understand that whole aspect of it. But the most important thing is to remember who and what we are. And we all have a purpose for being here. Keep going within, keep listening for what our individual purposes are. Yeah. But right now, do what we can to work with ourselves, do that shadow work that needs to be done, that only we can do individually. And the self-care, taking care of yourself physically and emotionally as well. A lot of us, especially our women, we have women and people of color, um, generation after generation after generation after generation of oppression and being told that you're nothing, and being kept down. um, it 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 has an effect not only on me today, but it had an effect on my mother, and an effect on her mother, and on and on and on. And it's naive to believe that that does not carry on generationally. um, so we need to work on healing ourselves, and by healing ourselves, it's like we're healing our ancestors too. Hang on, someone's going to try. C Love's going to try again. Add to stream. Let's try it again. Come on, Miss C Love, we got to get you on. Okay, you should be on. Let's try it again. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Can you guys hear Miss C Love? And I don't hear any crackling either. I'm just going to shut up and just let you go. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Um, guys, anyone in the chat, can you hear Miss C Love? Okay. Just give me a
Hello,
thumbs
testing.
up or number one. Well, your mouth is moving and I don't hear nothing now. Oh, Cynthia says, Sacagawea, they hear you. So keep talking. But I can't hear you. Oh, no.
Testing, testing.
Now I hear you.
Yeah, this is the crackly side. Hopefully you guys don't hear it. It's crackling on my end, but if it's not crackling over on your end, it's fine.
Yeah, it's crackling a little bit. We're just going to let you go and just. Oh, the Cynthia said the sound went.
Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing. How's it going, y'all?
Okay, they hear you. Go ahead.
Woo! Okay. So tonight I wanted to, I heard you talking about all the crazy activity we got going on, all these exciting times. It's exciting. It's actually good
It is.
times, right?
It
It's
is.
like
It's wonderful.
time. It's like we know what's on the other side. So it's no fear, right? It's just riding the wave, going with the flow. There you go. There you go. And so, when we're feeling this way, we're feeling kind of achy and tense or whatever. Um, of course, like we all do, we breathe. We take the time, right? And we breathe in, hold it in for like, what is it, 4 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds? Just hold it in. Get that prana, get that, up in that oxygen up in our bodies, and we just hold it in for like 3 or 4 seconds, and we let it out. Ooh, we blow it out. Ooh. And we do that, for several, let's say maybe do it maybe 4 or 5 times, however many times you need to do it to just feel that oxygen and that, prana running through up into your up through your lungs and through your brain and your pineal, all of that. You just want to feel it, right? You just want to feel it
Yes.
in your body. um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, we want to. I'm on this. I'm feeling really good. I want to just talk about what you're here for, that of course the ascension symptom stuff, and how we need to take care of ourselves, love on ourselves during these times, right? Just be that love and be that light that you already are. I know you wouldn't be here if you weren't love and light, if you didn't have those hearts that care, that really care for
Yes.
individuals. And so that's what we want to do. We want to be those lights just to bring some joy and some happiness. Like we were saying today, like you were saying, we got to hold that light. We got to be that light. And once we're beaming our lights and our lights are shining, how many people are we helping when we shine our lights? We're like helping. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes.
We're helping about 7,500 people alone, just by being who we are, the light that we are, just shining our lights. So
Absolutely.
um yeah, it's 7,500. And I just heard, I just was on another meeting the other night, and there were about 10,000. The brother said if all 10,000 people that were in on that's attending this conference I'm going to, that we would help 750,000 people. So as an individual, we're helping what, 7,500 or 750. It's 750 or 7,500. I got to do the math, but we're helping a lot of people. I'll go back,
Absolutely.
and y'all can check on that too. But I
Just by being who we are.
exactly,
Yeah.
that's it. And I used to, when I first started awakening, and I started learning about all of this stuff. I'm still learning, of course, right? But when I learned how many people we help just by being ourselves, I'm like, well, what do I have to do? You know, be yourself.
Just be.
Be your sweet, loving self.
Yes.
That's all you have to do. And so yeah, take care of you. Love on yourself. That's the of course the mission, right? We're here. We came here to discover who we are, right? To discover who we truly are. And that requires loving on ourselves. We got to love
Yes.
ourselves,
Yes.
right?
Because if you don't love yourself, how can you love anyone else? You have to
Exactly.
take care of you first before you're able to help anyone else.
Exactly. That's why when I first met you and I heard about your homestead, the crazy way we met, or the beautiful way we met, we've actually met because we have something in common as far as our past history, right?
Yes,
And so when I saw that and I heard you talking, and I saw that you were on your journey, I'm like, wow. I said, she's a beautiful soul. I really want to connect with her. And here the universe has connected us, right? Divine
absolutely,
love, big mama energy got us right here together, right?
absolutely. Yep,
And which is how I feel about all of you coming out and hanging out with us. It's that divine feminine big mama energy. We're all here. And if there's some guys out there, it's the same thing. We
you're
appreciate
star bros.
your divine masculine energy. We appreciate that as well. It's a balance, right? It's all about
Absolutely,
balance, right?
it's
And
about that balance.
so one of the things that you and what really got me interested in following you was the fact that you were so into you know, uh, growing the land and growing fruits and vegetables, being connected with nature. Like, I mean, really, that's like the ultimate, right? Nature. And you've got this beautiful, beautiful piece of land out there. And I thought, wow, this is perfect for me. I think even because of the timing, that timing that we're in, it's like, wow, this thing is crackling over here like crazy.
But we hear you fine. I'm able
Okay,
to still
I'm
hear
just going to
everything
go
you're
with it.
saying.
With the timing and everything was beautiful because, I thought, wow, we had so many things in common. We can just hook up and we can make some, do some recipes and then it just went from one thing to another. Now we've been, dreaming. And well,
Absolutely.
I've been dreaming with you.
Manifesting.
And
We're not dreaming. A dream is just a dream. We are manifesting.
exactly, exactly,
And this
exactly.
beautiful land, it has been such a healing for me. This land just sort of spoke to me. And so I already had this thought of I wanted to set up like a unique bed and breakfast back here for like-minded folk to really to enjoy being out here. But then um, we've been talking about a retreat to make sort of like a haven, a Shambhala, in the middle of the Ozarks in the woods, a place for like-minded folks who are on that spiritual journey as well, but especially for our sisters who need healing, deep, deep healing, but to have a spot where they could come and regenerate and be around other feminine energy, and for us to share that energy, that loving energy with each other to help heal each other, a safe place, for us to come. And in addition, walk the trails and learn how to cook and can and forage mushrooms and all that other stuff. But the main thing is to have a spiritual oasis,
Yeah,
for folks to come for healing, and
absolutely,
connect with like-minded folk. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. I've never been to one, but I was just envisioning today what it would look like, and what it would feel like, you know, um, being out there on the land, and we were talking about just different ideas. And I didn't realize that even there was an actual, I guess, a walkway to the lake. Is you were saying there's a
Yeah.
walkway leading towards
Yeah,
the lake?
that was just recently cleared. Again, we have it's almost 500 acres, 1 square mile of pristine old growth forest. Um, on the whole opposite end of the property, there's we have a lake on the property. It's not a huge lake, it's a small lake, but we recently cut a road going directly to the lake. So we'll have like a trail that you can walk directly to the lake and fish, out there, or just go meditate, next to the lake. And there's many trails, in the forest that you can walk through and, forage mushrooms or go find your favorite um, grandmother willow tree and go out there and just sit at the base of her trunk. Yeah, Abiyah says nature heals. Absolutely, Abiyah. Nature most definitely heals. Most definitely heals. And I can't even explain the feeling that you get. I'm sure a lot of you know, but it's just something when you get out there and you in deep in the forest and it's just the trees, you don't hear anything except the forest sounds, and you just sit there, take off your shoes and just get your feet directly on the ground and just be out there. It's a connection that I can't even describe. Yeah. And again, like Abiyah says, it's so healing. And this would be a wonderful spot to have like-minded folk, on their journeys, of a safe spot to come and just regenerate, a place maybe we can connect, maybe, 3 or 4 times a year, have retreats set up and have activities, for us to do, when you come here, like field trips. We can walk to the if you have guns, we can go to the gun range because we have a gun range here. We could just go take a walk in the woods. I have a dear friend of mine who's also an XJW, and she's also on the spiritual journey. She is an herbalist. She's also a Lakota shaman. So she knows a lot about healing medicine, the medicine wheel, and all that sort of thing. And she could, share with us, take us on walks in the forest and help us identify medicinal herbs and plants that you can eat, what to do with them, how to process them, when to process them. Yeah, she's a wealth of information. I have another couple of friends who are Reiki massage therapists. They have also said they would be interested in coming in and either speaking or offer their services for those who wanted, their services here, during the retreat. We also have an acupuncturist. No, yes, she does acupuncture and acupressure as well. I have another person that does, she has horses. So we're thinking about folks who connect with horses, because I understand that horses are very psychic, and you can sit with horses and it's sort of feel your energy. It's all about energy. It's all about energy. And just a sweat lodge, drumming, where we could just sit, all the women will sit around the fire and share, our stories, and just a place of healing and acceptance.
And you've got a friend who also has a seed company or something, an
Yeah,
heirloom seed
it's
company.
right down the road. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Baker Creek Seed Company. It's the largest heirloom seed company in the nation. People from all over the world come to go see this seed company, which happens to be about a mile and a half from where I live. Because he's in the woods too. But it's a organic farm there. Many test gardens out there, greenhouses galore. He has a huge greenhouse that has like mango trees, pineapple trees, bananas, papaya, in his greenhouse. There's lots of exotic birds, exotic chickens, peacocks. Uh, it's just a huge old farm. You can tour the seed store, purchase seeds if you want to. Certain times of the year, they have festivals. And actually, some of the festivals I frequent there because I make jams and jellies and chutneys and things. So I dress up as Mama Monica and go to the farmer's market and sell my goods that I mostly grow here on my homestead. But I have a connection with Baker Creek Seed Company, and I'm able to glean uh, produce from their test garden. So I get a lot of produce, free, clean, organic food that I process for myself and also to resell it for my little side business too. So yeah, there's a lot of touristy stuff in the area. And if you guys ever heard of Little House on the Prairie, I don't live. It's maybe about 12 miles from there. So there's the museum. Y'all get to see where Half Pint grew up. Yeah.
Good night, John Boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just checking the chat again because I see some more folks have popped in. Interested observer, welcome, welcome. Let's see. Alpha Omega scripture. Let's see. Scripture true for the go spell 15 just writing a glorious good. I'm not sure what this is, darling.
Yeah, I couldn't
I'm not sure
understand
what
it.
that is. Ellis, hi, darling. 1 square mile is called a section of land, which is 640 acres. Oh, okay. Hmm. So maybe it's not. I was told that it was approximately 1 square mile. It might be shy of that. But thanks for pointing that out. I learned something new. Cynthia says, I have heard of Baker Creek. I'm in New York, but for years interested in heirloom seeds and urban gardens. Yeah. And actually, I don't know if they still do it now, but there was a department there at Baker Creek to where you could call. And if you had like a school or a food bank or something like that, you can request free seeds. And sometimes they'll send you like 50 to 100 packs of seeds. I don't know if they still do it or not, but check it out. Check it out. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. 47.
Yeah. Do you have any more to share with us, Miss C Love?
I do. I thought maybe I would use it to kind of like once we're, signing off or before signing off. It was a message from, it's a message from the Archangel Michael, and I wanted to share it with the group just to,
Ah, ah.
yeah. It was good, a good information, good reading. So I figured it'd be something positive to share.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, but let me see. Can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yeah, I hear you fine. While I have you guys, anybody in the chat, is there anything you heard us mention some of the things that we're going to have, here at the retreat? Is there anything in particular that you would like to see, or something, a topic that you would be interested, in having a guest speaker here? Because we're planning the first one. I'm just in the beginning stages of it, but I want to do one this coming spring, our first one. It's going to be small, maybe invite, just, get the word out there. And then, I don't know, maybe have like I don't know, I'm trying to looking for ideas of how we're going to do that. How do we get our first set of folks here?
Yeah, that's going to be take some planning, I guess. Some promotions, getting the word out there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe Abia could assist with that. Maybe because she does the van life too. And if you guys are in the chat, you need to check out her channel. It's Abia, and she does the van life, to where she lives in her van and she travels all over everywhere. She's stationed in St. Louis now, but anyway, there's a possibility maybe she can kind of network with some of her folks that are on the spiritual journey with us, and say, hey, we're going to have a meetup, kind of like that. So maybe that could be our first one. What do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna let it flow and see where it
Uh-huh.
leads.
And
Let it
see what
flow.
happens.
That's
Yeah,
all
but
we
we're
can
just
do
gonna
is
keep making the steps to make this happen. I've been thinking about this, or it's been in the planning mode for a long time, but it's time to pull the trigger. It's time to jump off. It's time to do it. It's time to
exactly.
actually do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
And again,
like
start
I
small
had
and keep building.
yeah, I had, I think when we were talking, I think even with Abiyah, um, you know, the way even she and I met, it was like it's all meant to be, and it's just a matter of us letting it flow, letting the universe guide us to and make it happen. It's going to happen. It's meant to
Oh, it's
be.
gonna happen. Yeah.
We definitely need what do they call it, sisterhoods and tribes and all of that. And so we're heading in that direction where women definitely are going to need to support one another. We have to step up. This is our time. Actually, this is the age of
It's
Aquarius. This
yes.
is our time, and divine feminine, it's our time, and it's time for us to
It's
just
time for us to step into our own power.
step
It's
into
time.
our power.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that idea of community because, you know, again, I'm not trying to bring gloom and doom, but being realistic, look at our world. There's a high probability that we're going to have some rough times. And the folks that are going to make it are the folks that know how to do stuff. And that's again one of the goals here on the homestead is to make it as self-sustainable as possible. And for these sisters that are out there alone, how are they going to make it? Some of them, we can't bring them all here, but we can get a few. We can have a few here, a core tribe to where we will all work together and we work on this homestead so to where we're all sustained and still having it open for others to come in and
Yeah,
share the wisdom of this core group, the core tribe, to share this, everyone will have their own gifts. And as people come in, we will be able to share those gifts and share our healing. And the sisters that come in and brothers that may come in, they'll share their healing with us. It's a collective to where we're not feeding off of each other, but working as a collective, working together. Yeah.
are you thinking about having, you said, more cabins placed on the
Yes,
land on
at,
your?
at some point, yes. Right now, I have my cabin, and there's two cabins that will be available as rentals. And then my friend has her cabin out here, but that's her. She has to finish that herself. That's her
Mhm.
bug out location. But down the line, I am looking to add, a couple more cabins. But if someone was interested, in coming, they can, bring their small RV or their like RV or trailer or yurt, whatever you had, something portable that because once you visit here, you may like it, or you may say, this is not for me. You'd be able to take your stuff, you know, and go. But at some point, the plan is to have at least. Now, I don't want anything huge, but there's going to probably be 4 to 5 rental cabins at some point on the property. But then there's going to be lots of space for like, small RVs and tents and, things like that, individual little plots strategically placed in the forest because I want everyone to get the feel of being in the forest.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm excited about picking mushrooms.
Yeah. There's some good ones out there. There's some good
Yeah,
ones out there.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Like,
that's another lucrative business too, is getting whoever is here. If you want to get out there and go forage mushrooms, you can make some serious money.
mhm.
Out there. The first year I was here, regular Walmart size bags. I would go out in the forest and I would forage 2 to 3 of those bags per day during chanterelle
Whoa.
season. And chanterelles at that time were like $75 a pound.
Mhm,
So I
mhm.
was eating good for a long time. And I learned to pressure can. So the ones I couldn't eat, I pressure can them. And I still have some in my canning room now. So when I want mushrooms, I just crack one open and drop it into my spaghetti sauce. Yeah.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I can't wait for that. Looks like Abiyah. You got some more comments that you want to read them?
Oh, you can. Okay.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
it says, so it looks like Candy Merritt. She said, "Let me know way far in advance, and I'll try and come out." Oh, that's wonderful, Candy.
Awesome, awesome. I'd love to
Yeah.
have you, Candy.
Uh-huh. So Abia, she says, "I'm currently doing a lot of research on knowing and understanding the effects of generational trauma that blocks our growth." Yes.
Absolutely. That and we were talking earlier today, um, regarding that, and yeah, she was sharing that she's done a lot of research on that and continuing to do more, and that is so desperately needed, Avia. And I'm so happy
Yeah.
that you know are tackling that because it is definitely a need because we cannot heal until we address this other crap.
Yeah. Absolutely. I know. Um, I think I maybe even had mentioned it to Abia, but when I started doing my awakening or having my awakening, that's one of the things that you're going to tackle. I don't know if it's tackle, but you're gonna be faced with the traumas. You That's something that we as individuals need to, and like we weren't I guess, based on our past history and upbringings and so forth. I know my family, we didn't do that kind of stuff. We didn't face traumas and all of that. We had more drama than we would have some drama, but dealing with the actual trauma and the effects of the different experiences we had, that's something that we need to be, handling while we're actually in life. When we're in our journeys, we get to a point where, I know for me, I got to a point where I just held everything in. I didn't you know I didn't have, at that point, I didn't know how to even address, like, Abia is saying, it's a lot of work and healing that goes in with that, and we never even know it. I never knew it. I'm just like, even as a Jehovah's Witness and being in that religion, I thought it was, the safest and best place to experience love and, all of that. And I just actually ended up with more trauma being in that religion. So
Yeah.
religion plays a big part actually in the traumas that we're dealing with in life. We've been, having. So yeah, it's a lot to research and to understand, how does it even get to that point. And we're going to find out, through our retreats. You'll find out that a lot of it was just karmic attachments to test you in your life.
Absolutely.
You're going to find out a lot of that. And so the freedom that you get when you can release that is beautiful. And so there's practices and things that we can do now to clear a lot of those traumas and the shadow work that we need to do. There's plenty of practices and things that we can do to release a lot of that. So it's going to be good. That's going to be good to have around, is that trauma work
Yeah.
program. Definitely.
Acknowledging the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, for so long we've been told, don't talk about that, just it's over and done with. Just leave it alone, keep it buried. But no, you can't keep that stuff buried. You have to face those shadows. You have to process all of that stuff. And that's where the healing begins. You have to unpack it. And some of it can be very painful, to have to deal with some of that stuff, but it needs to be done.
But it's beautiful. It's
Yes.
beautiful once you face it. It's so liberating and such freedom that you're able to what I mean, to face it. And
Hmm.
it helps it actually helps sometimes it helps the other person, and it brings them back to reality, and you know what I mean? So now
Absolutely.
you got all this clearing going on, for just love to just come in, for love,
Absolutely.
forgiveness, healing, all of that to just permeating and just come on in. So
And
yeah.
do it in a very holistic manner, not just dealing, with the emotional stuff, but while you're here, you know, teach, you know, how to eat properly. I mean, just there's so many aspects of healing. It's not just, talking about, there's so many other aspects, to get that complete holistic healing all around. Yeah,
Eating
I wish
properly,
LS was here.
absolutely.
LS is I think she does the horses. She's been trying to get me over there to get me on a horse because I was traumatized by horses. And she says you just come, and she says I'll sit you. You don't even have to sit on the horse. She says you just come and sit next to them, just be close to them, and they will connect with you. And I think she was
Beautiful.
sharing with me too that there's actually something physical that happens when you actually sit on a horse's back. Your tailbone is sitting directly on his or her backbone. So you have that direct connection, and they actually tap in to our energy, and they can communicate with us that way. It's fascinating.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a lot of great possibilities,
Of stuff. Yeah,
great
there's lots of things
possibilities.
we're going to incorporate, not all at once, but it's coming. Just getting the ideas of anything that's going to be helpful, anything that's going to be helpful in healing, and for us to connect and have that big kumbaya
Let
moment.
me
It's just a beautiful, safe haven and oasis in the middle of the forest. Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna have to get some. Maybe we can have a self-defense coach in there. You know, somebody can teach us qigong. What is it, qigong or something
and,
like
and
that?
actually the
Qigong.
herbalist, my friend the herbalist, that's what
Hmm.
she's doing now. She's just got her black belt in some kind of some
Hmm.
karate, or I don't know, some type of martial arts. And she's
Yeah.
just this little bitty thing, but you wouldn't want to strap with her. That's for sure. I like that
Absolutely.
idea. Some self defense training
Self-defense
as
and
well.
yeah. But LS said that RTS, religious trauma syndrome, is a real psychological diagnosis. Absolutely.
Yes,
Yes, it is. Yes,
for
it
sure.
is.
What is it?
They have done a
Aikido?
job on us. Who is this? Oh, okay. Abia says, oh, LS said a keto would be good. Yeah, I've heard of that. I'm not too familiar with it, but I have heard of a keto.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's another like self-defense type.
I'm not sure, but I was thinking, for like also like I think it's taekwondo and yoga, stretching, and anything we could do to strengthen our bodies, and you know what do you unblock our chakras. See, I'm learning all about that stuff too. But
Yeah.
yeah, whatever we can do to help, again, that holistic approach, check everything.
Yes, yes, yes.
Abiyah says, like you said in an earlier video, that healing does not always mean that something is wrong with you. Absolutely. Yeah, that
Right.
was what book? Oh, I was reading the book, The Inner Shaman, and I think that's where that statement came from. Thank you for that reminder, Abiyah. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I got a Christmas gift from a dear friend. Um, it's a book. It's called Quantum Disclosure Project Revelations Revelations 1, the beginning. Anyway, this is Melanie Aguirre, I think her name is pronounced. She does past life regressions, And this is a book of regressions that she's done, and a couple of the regressions that she did is a couple of friends of mine. And when I read their regression, it just, wow, it was like I had to read it several times because it was like I was there. And it was, I guess it was extra special because I knew the people who they were regressing, and to find out that in a past life, she remembers being in Hiroshima. Yeah. So I've
Mm.
been kind of researching that stuff too about, you know, past lives and all of that stuff. There's um, so much information out there. Yeah.
So much, so much. Um,
Yeah.
I I'm learning now too more about connecting the. They're saying connect your heart and brain connection, or yeah, your heart and mind connection. That's like we want to focus on like our chakras, how we focus on our different chakras and throughout our body, but we want to really open up our hearts and lead from our hearts with the mind and heart connection, brain and heart, mind and heart connection.
Hmm.
And so that's what I'm working learning now, is just how to really live, be in a space that's more, that's happy, joyful, that type of thing. I don't turn on the news anymore. I'm sorry, I just jumped to a whole nother subject, but
I
um
do the same thing. It's okay.
I'm trying to keep it in the line of this
Yeah.
beautiful peaceful retreat, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And so those are some of the things that we may want to be aware of and focus on, just really not getting so wrapped up into everything around us, but being centered and focused on,
Uh,
on centered and
yes.
focused on, divine love, and just being in that space. It really it's really helping, by me not even just watching the news anymore. It's crazy because when I look at it now, it's almost like looking at a circus or something. You know what I mean?
Like, what are y'all gonna do? It's like, look at this, look at this. Oh no, look at this. Look, don't look over there. Look over here. Look over
Or
here.
it's somebody getting shot, some celebrity now. It's either a celebrity, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
All these unexpected things are happening, but it's all a distraction.
Bingo. That's all it's about. It's a
Yeah.
distraction. And again, this is the time for us to remember again who and what we are. And again, that good news that Yeshua, the anointed one, whatever you want to call him, he says, go within. Don't
Yes.
worry about all this other stuff. Everything you need or want is in here. And that's where we need to focus, is inward.
Absolutely.
Inward.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know, like I said, how long are we going to stay on for tonight? Do you know? You want to stay?
We'll go ahead and wrap it up pretty soon. Um,
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
want you to go ahead and do your wonderful little piece at the end.
Yeah. I'll do that. I
Yeah.
found it to be inspirational. From time to time, I'm very, um, I just love something that's going to be inspirational and that's going to inspire me, throughout the day, throughout the week, or whatever. Learning how to, in the mornings, to, I'm wondering, those are some things that can be taught at the retreat as well, is, setting our intentions daily, when we wake up, what's your intention, and so setting the intention, what do you want your day to look like, to feel like, and then just in your mind and your higher self, just know that, and be that. Know who you are and be who you are. I
Yes.
am a goddess,
Yes.
right? Abia, I'm a
Absolutely.
goddess.
Bingo.
um, and then, but just speak and be in that, who we are, in our power, right? In our strength, who we are. And then, just be that as to the best of your ability throughout that day. Of course you're going to, not you're not perfect yet, but the more you can join, with your higher self, then that's how more powerful we'll be, right? And so
Absolutely.
that's the focus for me. But centering, and then having intention and an intention for your day. What do you want your day to look like, to feel like, to be like? It's probably a lot of planners out there right now. I'm getting into planning and setting my intentions, centering, and just envisioning, like you said, visioning. The imagination, just
Yes.
really having fun with that. I'm learning
Everything
how to.
begins, everything begins with a thought. Everything.
Yes, yes. So what we think, we want to be, very aware of how we think, what you know what I mean, what we're feeding our minds.
Absolutely.
Like I don't watch, watching the news right now. Like I said, every now and then I may have to look at it for the weather or something like that. But I'm trying to find somewhere else to find the weather. I think I can find it better, better online right now. So yeah, just trying to stay in that high vibration mode.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely.
So it
Absolutely.
looks like we got some more comments here. Tai Chi, Candy Merritt said, Tai Chi, absolutely love it, love it. I don't know nothing about it, but I sure want to learn it.
We're going to learn.
I want to learn it. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh boy. LS says, look up Linda let me see. Can you say that? Kahanov.
Kahovnov.
Kahanov.
Okay.
Heart breaching. Okay, I'm gonna write that down now. Linda,
Heart
look up
breathing. Heart breathing. Okay.
Linda
Okay.
Kahanov. Heart breaking. Heart breathing.
Awesome.
Breaching.
I'll
Heart
definitely look
breaching.
that up.
Breaching.
Breathing. Like a breath. Breathing.
Okay,
She
it says
corrected it.
breaching.
She changed it though to heart
Okay,
breathing.
breathing. Okay,
Breathing. Yeah.
cool. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm definitely going to do that. What time is it now? 8:12.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and get off now. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe and go check out Miss Abiya's channel. Like and subscribe her channel. She has some fabulous content on her channel. Watch her journeys or whatever. And hey, I got a recipe for you, Abiya. You like okra? Because I made me some okra, shrimp with peppers and jasmine rice in one pot. And it's good and it's healthy for you. I'll send you the recipe. Anyway, guys, again, thank you for joining us. Miss C Love, you want to say a last little piece, my love?
Yes, keep your vibrations high, of course, right? Let's do it together like we like to do it.
Keep your vibrations
Hi.
high. Till
Yes,
next
and
time, guys.
enjoy the rest of your weekend, your holiday. Have a, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Awesome, awesome. You take care, guys. Be safe out there. Love you and see you guys next time. Bye.
Yes. Bye-bye.